Alrighty, welcome to episode 2 this season of the Sowcast. Today we got Eric and Marco. We're in a little bit of a different setting. We're not in the rat racer, the big blue subs. We are just ready to watch some Bucks basketball and some Thursday night football.
It's a supersized beat.
Two dudes in a blue Subaru, gonna talk some shit and enjoy some food. If you don't like it, well, what you gonna do? Not quite sure, cause your team is boo. You're loving when I tell you something. As I'm eating this egg McMuffin, this shit is good for nothing, but you still listen. It's the Sowcast for fantasy. You don't know how, but you're still a stinking sow.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
First ever to two-timers here.
Yeah, the two-time.
Yeah,
because last time was breakfast, so we switched meals too.
Yeah, everyone, said no to me last week, so actually I just asked, I think, Alex or Brad, I forget. But we'll move on.
A tassel.
Yeah, it's a tassel. But anyways, you might be able to see this, I don't know. We went with Culver's Curd Burger. Everyone knew this video was coming. A lot of you have already had this, I think, or maybe not a lot.
I have not.
But neither of us three have. So we're just gonna get right into it and I'll ask a question and we'll eat this first bite here and see how it goes. But the question I'm gonna ask you guys, and we decided to talk about first, is gonna be the power rankings right now, and just the top three. Power rankings. Now, this doesn't have to be record or whatever you think. It's just who you like for right now, the rest of the season, starting from here on out.
If you think I'm answering that before I take
let's take a bite and then we'll answer that question. Here we go.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I'll do.
I was just gonna say, I'll do a donkey. That's fucking good. Okay, so like over under one more year before it's just on their menu.
I think it's gonna just be a yearly thing now.
Like a monthly, like the
It'll be-
Okay, but yeah,
I think it's locked in forever.
that's good.
When we were there, I think I saw like 6 of them go out. So and then we have 3. So they must be selling them. Just
Think about how many fucking like curd patties they must order. That's a fuckload.
I honestly thought it was just like little curds on it. I didn't know that it was actually a
This
patty.
is genius though.
Yeah,
All for it.
I'm having another bite so I can get deeper into that cheese.
I'll start answering the question.
Okay.
In due time. All right, so top 3 power rankings. Ironically for me, they are the top 3, I believe, in record.
Okay.
Not in order though. I'm number 1, obviously, leading the league in points. After this week, I'll have had my top 6 scorers on with their bypassed already.
Damn.
I got to be getting Eli Mitchell back soon. I know Jeff Wilson had a hell of a dud this last week, but other than that, he's been a really consistent, solid pickup. I was a little worried I overpaid for him at the beginning of the year, but I needed him.
I think people forget too that. I mean, probably not us, but Elijah Mitchell's coming back.
Oh yeah, and
So-
he looked really fucking good
Yeah.
before he got hurt. Like obviously the caveat being he's consistently hurt, but I think I'm fine there.
Making plays with Ranch.
Oh, that's a good call too. But yeah, I think I'm scoring like 140. I'm good for now. 147 points a week or some shit like that.
I haven't scored that this season.
And that includes 2 losses by a total of 14 points. So I'm not
too worried.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting good, but obviously one injury changes.
You said you were
everything.
number 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shocker.
That's
Unbelievable.
That's a little
Wichita
cocky.
State. I mean, I get Jefferson in the 7th. If I wasn't, it'd be a problem. Anyways. Number 2. Are
I'm
we
just
doing?
gonna say you're in my. I don't have mine in order, but you're in mine. I won't give an analysis that's better than your analysis of your own team. So I'll just.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
You're in mine.
I was gonna go 3-2-1. I'm gonna spoil it. Eric was number 1,
Okay.
so I think that's a power ranking. Josh Allen, Diggs, you can't beat it.
Yeah, and then Jefferson, and honestly, it's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hope they can stay healthy. Anywho, number 2 for me is Dogs. Another guy whose team has been really good so far this year. Some players I didn't think would be as good as they have been incredible. I think your depth is a huge concern, especially now he has Hollywood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Hollywood out, that gets a little dicey. You're starting Drake London, which a huge upside. I think he's gonna be a hell of a keeper, but I don't want any part of that offense on a consistent basis this year, no matter who it is. Maybe other than Cordero, if he's healthy. But I think Dogs' team still is stacked. Just a seriously good team.
Waddle and Andrews and this is.
Well, and Andrews didn't practice yesterday or today.
They said it was rest. I just
was
saw,
it?
Yeah, so.
More than I looked into it. But yeah, disgustingly good team. A lot of guys that can go off on any week. I don't know if we're doing one each in order.
My number 2.
I'm hungry.
And like I said, I'm not going by record, but it's got to be Mateo. I mean, not very often you see just 2 running backs go down, and the guy who has both the handcuffs had them. That allowed for Matt to make some good moves. Mm-hmm. Obviously, getting Kelsey. Kenneth Walker may be a stud, but you weren't going to start him over your other running backs from Andre Stevenson, and I'm blanking on, but Matt has good running backs, good wide receivers.
JT.
Now you know not to start Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And one more good running back.
Chubb.
Bryce Hall.
No, yeah.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall, yeah.
Chubb is Bradley.
Yeah.
And Brees Hall, let's be honest, that guy, as the season go on, just keeps on looking better
he's
and better. So
he was not
I think Matt's team is
against
looking
those
really
guys.
fucking good for a playoff run if it stays healthy, which obviously is the caveat for everyone. But not to start Russell now is just nice. You still have to use Judy, and you still need maybe one more wide receiver. But
that's
waiver wires. You can always spot start.
Yeah,
I will say that when I tried to trade you Pittman, I know you eventually got Kelsey, but you said Judy was better than Pittman. I'm a little salty about that still. I think you might have been a little off on that read of talent, but you're my number 2, Mateo. I think you got a really good squad going forward.
Real quick, interesting thing, Marco, about Maddie's team. Damian Harris is back at practice.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see what that does to Ramondre. Not that he needs to start him with the other 2 he has, but it could be interesting.
I think Ramondre played well enough where he's...
for sure, but it's Belichick in the backfield.
Yeah,
that's true.
A terrifying thing.
I forget where I heard it. They're like, there's one thing Belichick always does wrong. It's his running backs.
True that.
All right, well, I also had Matt number 2.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't think we'd be in consensus there, but...
We weren't. Had Logan.
Yeah, he had Logan.
Yeah. Okay, but
I don't disagree with your guys' assessment.
Those running backs, if JT stops being a JT, he comes back to form. That's deadly. And I think you really won that Kelsey trade. Time will tell. I haven't had good takes in fantasy yet, but that just Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, and Travis Kelsey. No one has a top 3 like that. That's disgusting.
No, I got it.
Receivers could definitely use some help. You just trade Judy, just so you don't start him.
Or get someone better than him.
Yeah. All right. And then I'll go to my number 3.
If you take mine, Mark.
It was gonna be Logan, but Call of Duty just came out. And
Oh!
he's got Kyle, so
That's
the
a
team's
good...
going downhill in a hurry. We're actually going the person 1 spot ahead of me, Brad Cito.
What?
Just hear me out.
Shades of Jake's power
I
rankings.
just got a text or notification. Brad's messaging the group right now.
Saquon and Nick Chubb, probably the top 2 running backs this year.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert, they haven't figured it out yet, but you know what he can be.
Yep.
And then Kittle, if he is Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy G-string.
Jimmy G-string's a step up.
From Russell Wilson.
And then Lockett, Deontay Johnson, Ayuk. You don't have a great receiver, but you can play any 3 of those every week and be happy about it.
What about Latavius Murray?
That was worth every penny. No money, no problems. But yeah, Brad, you're getting my bronze medal going the rest of the way.
All right. I'll go with my bronze medal.
LeBron's.
I don't know his record off the top of my head, but another one that's surprising what they think, and that's going to be Jake. Jake gets DeAndre Hopkins back tonight. Jake,
Without Hollywood.
yeah, without Hollywood, he's got Ceedee. He's got
No, that's right, Dak.
he's got running backs. Is Eckler's come on
God, he's so scary to play against.
unbelievably, and then who's his other running back? He's got Melvin, which is still like doesn't start Melvin, but he's got him stashed. Or is he starting him this week? I didn't see it. This is Thursday, so we can see.
I got you.
But he also has
Jake is 2-4.
yeah.
To answer your question for the
Elliott.
record.
He's got Zeke with
Yeah,
Dak coming
Zeke.
back. Zeke's gonna be, I think, more
Well,
threat
that
to score.
Zeke trade. I mean, wow.
Yeah, Lobs trading Zeke for Rodgers was quite the bad trade, Lobs. I hate to break it to you.
Javon Carter starting. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
And then
Bulldog.
yeah, so I think your team's. I mean,
Gabe Davis too has been a
Gabe
stud.
Davis, you can start him in the flex. I like Jake Squad a lot going forward. I really
Dobbins.
do. I think you just got a couple things to go your way, get through the bye weeks, and I think Jake's set up for a pretty good playoff run.
Yeah, especially if Bateman can come back. He looks like he's healthy now.
Supposedly he practiced today.
Yeah, Dobbins, if he ever plays football again, he's good when he plays. I know he has been, but like barely.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they don't give him the ball every play. I
They're
guess
kind of
maybe
the
they
same,
care about
like-
his health or something, but
I
like,
don't know
he's-
why.
Yeah.
But like they remind me of how they handle their backfield the same way the Patriots do. Where
Yeah.
it's just like they don't care what it looks like on the outside. They just run their stable in like a rotation.
Eric, if you want to give up yours, we didn't think the Bucks were going to start right on time, so we're going to go ahead and just give Eric's do a little intermission, and we'll come back at halftime
I
to
like
give you
that.
guys the rest of our of the Sowcast.
My third, actually, I didn't say Matt too. Matt is my honorable mention for not third. He'd be fourth in mine.
Okay.
But I wanted to give him an honorable mention for all the things we've already talked about. Third for me is Dan.
Yeah,
I
Dan
like
was tough to
Dan's
keep off of
team.
it.
A lot. Mahomes is terrifying. He's liable to put up. He and Josh Allen, I feel like, are on a different plane than everybody else, and they're almost a guaranteed win at that position. I think the Duvernay pickup was huge. He's been such a big part of that offense. I think that would continue no matter what. McCaffrey is McCaffrey. Like, obviously he's on a terrible team, but if he does get traded to a team that's good, like, holy shit, terrifying.
I almost honestly wonder if
Think
him
it'd be
getting
worse.
traded is worse. I'm not kidding. Like they
No, it could
unless he like starts to taper off, like because they're not winning this season, they like get rid of him. They're like, hey, we don't want to hurt you. Just shut it down for the rest of the
Yeah.
season. But like they don't have anything going for them. Other than
I know, but I
McCaffrey.
still think 20 touches or 15 touches a game for him is going to
Yeah.
net a shitload of points, especially on a good team.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I feel like a good team that wants to use him isn't going to use him that much, though.
I think 15 touches
Yeah.
for a player his caliber, even if like
It just all matters where he
Buffalo traded
goes.
for him or some
Yeah,
shit.
like if something like Buffalo got him, it wouldn't be good. I don't think.
I would rather him be on Buffalo than Carolina.
yeah, I think he'd be good. I see
What
what
the
you're
Bills
saying.
passed away. Yeah, it's whatever.
But,
Either
like,
way, he's gonna be good.
He's also
good
got
at catching passes.
AJ Brown, stud. Keenan Allen, I honestly think, I know he's been out for like 2 months. I have him on my other team. It's horrendously annoying. But he had 50 or like 11 or 12 points in the first quarter of the first game. Like, was getting
he's
everything
incredible.
done. So if he comes back too, I just think that team is too tough. And Etienne is someone who's a Robinson owner, and I have to fucking start him this week. He's taken over that backfield. He's a stud.
Yeah.
So thanks for trading him to Dan, Mark.
This
Appreciate
guy's
that.
season.
Looks
Who,
like-
I did just bench Dobbs because it's Eno Benjamin season.
Oh,
We'll see
baby.
at the halftime report how I'm feeling about
So we'll
that.
see at
man.
halftime. We're here. Bucks halftime will come back.
Bucks and 6.
This will all be probably eaten by then. I give the Kirk burger right now probably like an 8 out of 10. It's good. It's not the best burger I've ever had. Not the. Maybe it's good. I think putting
It's
ranch
good.
on it is huge.
8.5
8.5.
raw dog.
I would suggest getting ranch with it, and maybe no onions.
I took the onions off.
I'm not sure if onions really fits it. So,
No.
all right, we'll see you guys at half.
Go Bucks!
I'm glad you.
20 biggest dicks I've ever seen.
And welcome back. This is we're back at halftime. Bucks were they up 3 or is it tied?
They
Wait, I was gonna say tied
are
or up
up
one.
2.
Up 2. Okay, up 2.
47
7-3 Saints Cardinals. We got multiple TVs going here, and we're back into it. We gave our top 3.
2.1 for Kamara, 1.7 for Eno.
Marks.
I'm up 3.8 to 0. I'm just saying, smart
Calling
money's on me to
First-
go
calling
first
1 and
W.
6.
So yeah, we'll continue on with we're all finished with our food pretty much. I had a corn dog that was eaten off air. I could not wait to eat it. It was pretty good. I've had better corn dogs, but it hit the spot.
I did onion rings as a side. They were cold by the time we got to them, but they had good crunch, very flavorful.
Good crunch is all you need for an onion ring.
And a large peanut butter shake.
And they just started serving beer at Culver, so that's good. That's good to know. So
Yeah,
cheers.
An MVP in honor of the MVP, and a Hop Freak in honor of the Greek Freak.
So we'll move on to the next question, which I had to limit Mark's how long he could make this one. But the question was, any draft regrets that you have had now 6 weeks into the season? And Mark, you want to start us off?
It's simple. I should have auto drafted. That's what it comes
TJ
down to.
Hawkinson would have had a good week for you.
No, it's let's see. I took a screenshot. So the obvious one is Allen Robinson. That just sucks ass. Like and like, oh, he was really bad last year, but this year he's gonna be really good. Like, okay, no, I'm a fucking idiot. But
I kind of was drinking that Kool-Aid pre-draft.
it was
too.
fun Kool-Aid
You took
to
him
drink.
You took him.
And then the other
Kool-Aid
one.
was good.
This is just a kind of kicking myself. It's my 7th round pick, so it's not like this is why my season sucks, but I went Trey Lance, and like, he was on my radar, and I was like, if he falls, like, that's a good value, but like, I could have gotten him probably 2 rounds later. And then just the picks right after, Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Drake London, Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith, Devin Singletary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then I would have taken a better quarterback too. Like, that one hurts.
That's tough. Those are all very. I mean, it feels like that 7th to 8th round this year had a lot of value, which usually I feel like it's not like
And
that.
I got Trey Lance.
And you got Trey Lance, yeah. Eric, any regrets for you? I mean, probably
oh,
not.
yeah.
Oh, you got a couple, yeah, that's right.
Cam Akers.
Yeah, I want to say the guy who's now on the market.
Yeah.
Did someone pick him up? I didn't see that.
No, they're on bye this week, so
Yeah.
I doubt it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think he'd be the best running back in the world, but
Yeah.
I also didn't think he wouldn't remember how to play football, which turns out is pretty crucial to being a running back.
And just like, he came off of an Achilles, and McVay's like, we're riding him like
Yeah.
last year in the
And that's what I was
playoffs and
going
Super
off of.
Bowl, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, he's gonna roll with this guy now that he's
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I knew
6
like
more
Henderson
months
would get some
recovery.
carries, but
Yeah.
like I figured it was his backfield primarily.
Well, you
for
were willing
sure.
to see a 50-50 split,
Yeah,
probably.
even
and
I
hopefully he
figured
takes it
their
over.
offense would be good too, not the absolute dumpster fire
Yeah.
that it's been. But then the other one I would say so far, and it's a little unfair, but Elijah Mitchell, I took in the 4th round, and he got hurt halfway through the first game. He should be back relatively soon, and that'll be really nice to have him back.
How much did you buy Jeff Wilson for? Was it like 28?
20
something.
It was in
I'm
the
surprised.
20s.
Like, looking
Early-
back at
low
that, I'm
20s.
surprised we all didn't jump on that. Like, you don't get, I mean, a running back for 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, he struggled last week, but
But it was also kind of a risky, like, okay, the 49ers running back got hurt, like,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'll throw $20
But then, like,
on him, and then he
I guess
won't
this
get
is
a
more-
carry.
This is more of just like thinking about now, like, you would pay $40 for Jeff Wilson right now if that injury happened right now.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like, just because week 1 people believe in their teams probably a little more than the
No,
others.
definitely.
You're
Yeah.
like not. You're like,
And
oh,
you
like
know
I'm sitting
less
here going,
about the
I'm sitting here
teams,
going, oh, I
too.
got Kenneth Gainwell, maybe he'll turn into something. Like, you think you have these guys who can turn into something.
Mhm.
When really, Jeff Wilson was probably a smarter play for most of us.
Yeah, no, he worked out, but yeah, it
and
still sucked taking.
My biggest regret was, like, it's just Logan's last name is so terrible. Why did I draft 2 Moores? DJ and Elijah. Like, I was better off just drafting Rondell Moore. Like, I don't know. I drafted the wrong Moores because DJ absolutely trash. He's like, I saw he's on average. I think I told Mark today. He's like on pace to have like 580 yards this season after 3 straight 1,100-yard seasons. That's unbelievable. And then on top of that, Elijah Moore just not getting targeted and requesting trades today. Too bad he's not on my team anymore. So if you want to go pick him up, go have fun because he's not getting traded. And then
If he gets traded to the Packers, I'd take him.
He's not
Yeah.
on your team anymore.
oh, so yeah, I drafted the wrong Moores. That was my. There's another Moore out there. I forget who it is, but they couldn't have been worse value than the 2 guys I got. I really think Elijah Moore too is a talented guy. Same with DJ Moore, but whatever. It sucks, but moving on, I will know not to do any more of that.
God, just the double entendres are forming.
yeah, so I mean, that's a lot of regrets. I mean, also CD Lamb, I've said this many times. CD Lamb was there, but I took DJ Moore. Olave! Meow! Andy Dalton throwing piss missiles away from Olave.
He only throws to Shaheed.
But yeah, so this is the first live Sowcast, so that's kind of fun. Not really live, but we're recording it with the TV live.
We're just watching a replay of an old game.
Yeah. And this is Saints Cardinals from 1997, Week 10. Look at Larry Fitzgerald, his rookie year.
We'll move on to the next question. We'll start with maybe Eric or Mark, because I still got to finalize mine. But that is, compare a player on your team to any food item that you want to.
Sounds like Mark still needs to do
I
some
forgot
looking
about
up.
this one.
So Mark
I can go
forgot this
first.
one, so we're gonna have to be on the spot.
Only one who is prepared.
Yeah. I'm never prepared for these. I just make up questions. And
To be fair, I'm only prepared because you guys got the food and I didn't, and I didn't have anything to do for like.
Yeah.
So I'm comparing Josh Allen.
Okay.
And I'm comparing him to Raising Cane's chicken.
Okay.
He's coming to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice. Maybe he's going to vacation here, but he's certainly not going to be a Packer. And also, it goes without saying, but that comes with the cane sauce. Like, yeah, obviously. So that hits home for Logan and Jake. We had that recently. It was a nice bonding moment. But the comparison...
Sounds delicious.
It was so good. And if you haven't had it and you're in Madison, you should go. And apparently there's locations coming around in the southeast area, Wisconsin area. That's fucking dope. It's incredible. Anywho, the comparison is made because Josh Allen is always good.
Okay.
He's top of his class in terms of, I'm going to bend it a little bit. I'd say talent, but talent equals taste in terms of food.
Okay.
So they're always at the top of their class. And there's zero thought about the quality it'll provide. You know it's going to be fucking good. You don't have to worry about it. Plug and play. You're going to have a good time. But the one thing about both of them as well is they're both not easy to find. Because he's such a unique player. He's been so good. He's their fucking number one running back. He's easily the best quarterback fantasy-wise. It's been awesome to have him, and that's exactly how I feel the very few times I get to have Raising Cane's.
There you go. You get Raising Cane's this year. I just thought of mine. I think it's a pretty good one, actually. I'm going to go with Mike Williams. He is a Taco Bell quesadilla. And the reason why Mike Williams is a Taco Bell quesadilla is because sometimes you get the quesadilla from Taco Bell and they hit it perfectly. It's cut perfectly. It's got the right amount of the sauce in there, the chicken or whatever meat you got. It's perfectly, it's like a little thicker. And then sometimes you get a chicken or quesadilla from Taco Bell, and that thing is as thin as a fucking fifth grader. And it's fucking... It's like maybe cut in like 3 spots instead of 4. It's just terribly done. You're like, you don't know which one you're going to get when you go to Taco Bell, but you know it's going to be one or the other. And so that's why Mike Williams is he's a Taco Bell quesadilla. Quesadilla.
I'm going the other way.
Oh.
Zach Ertz is a McDouble. And you know what you're getting. Is it the best thing you're going to eat today? No. But is it
3 tight end?
Huh? He's 1 point above his projection every week.
He's got a high project. It doesn't matter. Sorry. Go ahead.
But he's Mr. Consistent.
He's just a McDouble. Like, yeah.
He's just a McDub.
Throw that in my lineup. Every week I'll have a McDouble.
Would you like a McDouble? Absolutely.
With the Coke on the side, or you just just the McDubs?
There's nothing.
Doesn't have another.
There's no carbonation there.
Yeah,
Olave! That's a 6-yard completion.
Yeah, we
That's
take.
first and 15.
Oh, was it?
It's still first down, our first quarter, baby.
Oh, it's early.
Yeah, we're early.
2 drives in under 5 minutes.
So yeah, I like that question. I should bring that one up more.
That's
almost.
a good one.
I think that's a fun one. We got Raising Cane's, we got McDouble, we got quesadillas.
People are dying every other play.
The only other kind of thing I put on there, which is more of like a league-wide thing, and obviously I like to stir up a little league controversy here and there. And I know it's kind of a split decision on this one, but I think more people lean on liking PPR. But I did want to just bring it up and see. I have kind of thought about this year, and I truly feel like 0.5. I have never played in a 0.5 league either, but it seems like it's the more like correct thing to do, because I know one of the things about having PPR.
Pay some to Kamara.
Oh, I know one of the things about PPR is that there's more players that are available, which is like a very big thing to have more players. But I also think cutting the bench one spot and then going to a 0.5 BPR for our league, because we have a pretty deep bench.
Did we cut a spot this year?
We cut the double IR, but we kept the bench spots.
Okay.
So we still have like 6 bench spots or 7 or whatever. It's a lot for our bench.
Okay. I couldn't remember what we got rid of.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought we got rid of a bench spot.
We got rid of the double IR because that was for COVID.
Yeah. Oh, that's
We did. I think that we didn't want to do both the bench and the IR. But anyways, going back to the PPR.
This wasn't the question.
I just feel like there's something that feels wrong about like a lot of these like running backs that suck that somehow still get 8 points. It's not like, but like I get you want to have more players
to have 8 points.
Huh?
Out of a running back. It'd be nice to get 8 points.
I know, right? Like AJ Dillon, I would love for him to get 8 points at this point. That'd be beautiful. But like, there's just a weird thing about like some of these players right now, like Higbee or Everett, even my tight end. It's like you get like 7 catches for 25 yards. That doesn't feel like 9 points. And it's getting to the point where the running backs are undervalued because of PPR in a way. And I think that's kind of a way to make running backs a little more valued. But this year's so
I like
fucked.
that point.
This year's so fucked anyways. That
Nice catch.
this year's just been weird. Like as everyone's pointed out on Twitter and every fantasy podcast, scoring's down.
It's just been a
Scoring
weird
just down. So it's a weird year. But I do think as the NFL goes more towards the passing day right now, with kind of the PPR format, so it favors the wide receivers at this point. I feel like it's fair to say. Like I'd much more, but I guess there's 3 wide receivers you start usually. So I don't know. It's always a conversation.
I'll make my point about that after I give a quick shout out to Joe. I know you're watching this, and I just want to say
No one's puking.
no one has puked. Joe put together. He's got 5 wins. He's 5-1 on the year. So is Jeremy Rake. Put together a little meme of the Island Boys with Joe and Jeremy's face. Called them the 5-win boys.
Oh,
Thought that was pretty funny. So
That's
shout out to you,
that's a
Joe.
Olave for some kind of yardage. There's a 20.
It's like 12.
But yeah, that's a good 5-win boy.
I'm a 5-win boy.
That's good
I
shit.
like that.
Well done, Joe.
Joe, once Dan quits, you can come in on a league.
That's like
I'm
15
kidding,
for
Dan.
Olave.
15 team.
I'm kidding, Dan. No, but that's a good one. But what were you gonna say about PPR?
So PPR, I think we'd all agree, like, usually more catches, you had a better game. But yeah, like you're saying, it's not always apples to apples. So I'm going to also not really answer the question and champion for a point per first down league.
Ooh.
Like, you can't, like, if you catch a 1-yard pass and it's on 3rd and 1, that's a good reception. But if you catch, like, if you catch a pass and lose a yard, you shouldn't get 0.9 points. And that's a way to get running backs more value, I feel like. Like, and it's still like most receptions, like if it's a good reception, you're gonna get the point there. Like if you're
Is that like a
downfield.
standard thing you can put on Yahoo or something like that?
I feel like I've heard of it enough where like I can't imagine anyone scoring that themselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that.
If you do that, you definitely need to switch it off of PPR.
Yeah, I think it's one or the other because you'd think, most receptions, not most, but like a high percentage of them.
Yeah, he blocked him on the last play.
Will result in the first down, but yeah, running backs like a 3rd and 1 carry for 2 yards. Like I'd be all for having that be worth 1.2.
I think that's an interesting prospect.
It is.
I don't know. My thoughts on like rule changes are pretty well documented. I don't think it's worth changing anything unless you have a really, really good reason to. I think PPR is fine. I understand it raises the floor of a lot of players and makes players like who tend to have glorified running back, like scat back type roles, like it raises their floor like a considerable margin.
Yeah.
And just like garbage time 6-point receptions are like that you can win a week on those.
Yeah, but you can get them too. It's not like they're subject just for players you're against. Like that's my whole thing with it.
I said you can win them.
I'm
picturing myself winning.
And I like PPR. I do like PPR. So it's not like I just like to
PPR
think of it of like. I mean,
I think they're both. I think you both make good points for each of your respective positions.
I always feel like it's just like a balancing thing where it's like it feels like receivers have like an extra tier for us. We try to balance that out a little bit with the bonuses though, with the 100-yard bonus compared to 150.
120.
125. I like that. And that's
I think
Olave. Oh, it's not. It's picked.
It's going the other way.
That's fine though. Don't score too many points. But yeah, so I mean, it's just something to always think about.
fine.
I'm always personally one who's like, I'm ready to be next. Try to beat it before we get too far into PPR or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just a conversation that's gonna go full
I
circle.
think it's a fair conversation.
We'll
I think,
argue about it.
Yeah, I think-
Yeah, we'll have that owners meeting that we never had, and then
Yeah.
we'll talk about it there probably.
It's gonna be the most stressful day of my life.
Well, it didn't happen last year, so I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Unless
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know,
I
maybe
think we're good, but I think the 2 points you guys made about your positions were very valid.
Although I still think also Brad going back into that 2018 thread and seeing all the one fucking Logan trying to go. I gotta know, did anyone like talk to Logan about individual defensive players, or did you just like fucking toss it out there and like this might be a good idea, and we're all just like fuck that. But yeah, so Bucks team's back on. Eric and Marco, thanks for coming on the Sowcast and hosting it, Eric, at this lovely abode. We had some good Kirk burgers, some Culvers, and yeah. Anything else you guys want to say?
I'm not going 0-17.
Oh,
You heard it here first. Lock it in.
Lobs, you're going down, you son of a bitch. Olave already has like half the points my team will get this week, so that's good.
Matt, I think you're gonna beat me.
Oh, reverse psychology.
But enjoy my last loss of the year, everyone.
A little reverse psychology. All right.
Chubb's not elite.